our final main topic here is going to be Marvel's Eternals. Mitch, I'll give you the honors here since you're the Eternals guy, and I know they talk about some interesting factors in here. So what's the synopsis say?
Right. Marvel Studios' The Eternals features an exciting new team of superheroes in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, ancient aliens who have been living on Earth in secret for thousands of years. Following the events of Avengers Endgame, an unexpected tragedy forces them out of the shadows to reunite against mankind's most ancient enemy, the Deviants.
Oh boy.
So, you got your time frame. Like, they're obviously going to be going like thousands of years. We kind of knew that anyway. Mm-hmm. But, it's after Endgame. What the tragedy is, it could be the blip. I don't know.
Yeah. So
I could see it being, if it is after, though, Endgame, everybody came back from the blip. So I'm guessing it's not actually has to do with the blip. It has to do with Thanos being snapped out.
Possibly, because he is one of them.
Right, exactly.
Like, I feel like...
Which, for all we know, the tragedy could very well be something to do with his family.
Yeah, that's okay. I didn't even think of that.
Because I think Thena's a cousin to Thanos.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a lot of close connections to that.
The thing is,
but, I was just thinking because didn't Thanos' mom try to kill him? So
yeah.
that was his mom. The rest of the family might like him.
Well, when I read the synopsis, the first thing that popped in my head was, wait, after Endgame. So to me, what I feel is we're going to catch up with the most human, quote-unquote, character, probably Black Knight, and then he'll meet...
the film's going to focus on Cersei and Whitman.
So
100%.
Those two meet, and then we're going to get some flashbacks. And every new character we meet, we're going to flash back to maybe their origin and their time settings. Let's go. Ancient Babylon, here's that character. Oh, Ancient Egypt, here's that character and what it looked like to set up the modern day conflict and, and where they are today and what they need to unite against. Now, the Deviants, my knowledge of the comic version is very limited, and Feige said they're going to be unlike the comics, so I don't even know what to make of that then.
I think that just means they're not going to look like a bunch of freaks. They're going to look more human, because they said that Druig's a deviant.
Okay.
And Druig's an Eternal. He's not a deviant, but I suppose it kind of makes sense to have your villain or one of your villains as a deviant. It kind of makes a bit more sense.
Mm-hmm.
But it means they get rid of Crow, which is kind of a shame because Crow was really cool. But also, it stops you having to say the deviants, Atlantis sank and they became the Atlanteans and they somehow became people looking and not weird people monsters. So there's a bit more of an easier through line to trace there, but
that's true.
Yeah, I'm looking at what they look like. Yeah,
they are very Jack Kirby.
Yeah,
Jack Kirby.
Oh yeah.
For a movie they said they're going full Jack Kirby, it's kind of disappointing that they're not going full Jack Kirby, but I'll wait and see what they're going to give us. But
I mean,
I can see it being a bit like a Black Panther with how they do the history, though.
Yeah, that would make sense.
You get the first act is a lot of the backstory and jumping through time, and then second and third act is all modern day.
Well, since we're going to be jumping through time and doing all that, do you think we possibly get a mention of Wakanda or anything, or is that just nah, we don't even know about it? It's just
I think we're more likely going to get Atlantis. We know about Wakanda.
Oh, Atlantis, yeah.
There's not much of a connection, I think, between Wakanda and the Eternals, but Atlantis,
Atlantis, totally. Yeah.
So, plus, if they have Namor back, why not sell him up now?
Exactly. Why not show Atlantis and maybe the downfall? Be like, the floods that sank Atlantis. You could quickly show it in a flashback like Wakanda. It's okay.
I say, because, what you could do is, I think it was Neil Gaiman's run. Cersei had a memory, or they all had their memory wiped, so they didn't know they were Eternals. But Cersei was the one that took the longest to come back and regain her memories. So you could do it a bit like Captain Marvel, where they're this is a picture of you, you're doing this and that, but you go into it a bit more. So you take her through a museum and she starts seeing things with different time periods, and then she gets the flashbacks and whatever.
Oh, that'd be great.
So
that's one way of taking it, but
the Deviants even have deviant mutants. So there's even more of a chance then that the Eternals...
Oh, they're totally setting up mutants.
Yeah.
There's no way they're not.
I'm saying, the X gene comes from Celestials, and they put them in both, so, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, And then, okay, so if it's a threat that, they have to come together and fight, is the threat going to be a giant celestial attacking Earth? Like,
I hope to God it is.
because that would be like, wait, don't we need the Avengers for this then? Or
No.
Like,
way above the pay grade. Way above the pay grade.
I want a scene where freaking Falcon just looks out his window. He goes, "Nah," just sits back down.
No. What he does is
Falcon wouldn't get near it. You get like a massive headache.
he opens his curtain and then just slowly closes it and sits back down and sips his coffee.
Nope.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm gonna turn on the TV and let this resolve itself.
Next time.
I don't think that it's going to be a celestial unless they have the ability to literally wipe everybody's mind. Because, like, unless it's on its way to Earth and Earth doesn't know about it.
I think that's the way to do it, yeah.
Because if you
it's
put it
possible.
on Earth, you now have to explain why none of the Avengers or anybody
Right.
came to attempt, or Captain Marvel came to
And
attempt.
we have to spend another decade of TV shows going, when the giant showed up. But never.
Well, they
directly
do.
mentioned
It does say in the synopsis that they're aliens, which I don't know how to take that because they're not. Right. Just that they are humans, but there are offset. The Titans on Titan are kind of aliens, but
Yeah.
it depends how they take it. So it could very well be a celestial. It was the Neil Gaiman run again, I think, but there was a dreaming celestial that was just underground in San Francisco. So you could maybe do that on Titan, and like the whole battle for the stones on Titan has woken this thing up. And you could do it that way, or you could do what Jason Aaron did recently, and it be underground again. Something like that. But there's several ways you could do a celestial in this movie without needing Avengers.
That's the hope. I mean, the one poster we have, it looks like it's looking over the shoulder or whatever, so maybe they'll fight it on Mars or something. I don't know. Sure, there we go. There's a Celestial on Mars. There you go. That's what the
So on the blue side of the moon, we're going to have Inhumans as well.
Yep. Yes, Mitch. We're going to will that into existence.
I mean, they're coming with Ms. Marvel, so
True.
It's going to happen. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
Then maybe the moon is a celestial and it's going to all break apart and then we're going to flood everything.
Well, that's because the moon is hollow. The lizard people told us that. Yeah.
Exactly.
So everything
Lizard
hollow?
people are what? But deviants. So there you go. Just deviants.
So I guess that's the details on there. We don't know too much. Well, I guess let's quickly talk about this. When do you expect we get the teaser?
When's Black Widow coming out?
Like,
May.
first week of May?
Right, so end of April.
I mean,
You look at every November movie from Marvel Studios. The first teaser's been in April.
this is the kind of and this one more than anything else, you want this trailer out there. More than anything, because it's such an unknown thing. It's
I'm going to tell a quick little story because it's actually got related to this. We have a friend that's at the gym who only has watched a few of the movies of the Marvel movies and was sick, so he binge watched all of it.
He binge watched from Iron Man 3 to Far From Home in 4 days because he never saw anything after
rookie
Avengers.
numbers,
Dude.
That is a rookie number.
And he was like, because he came in and talked to me while I was just walking, and he was like, okay, so I've looked at stuff. I'm real excited. Black Widow sounds good. Moon Knight, Blade, but man, Eternals sounds good. I'm like,
It's been a convert.
Out of everything that's been announced, Eternals caught your eye, and you're doing research and want to read that. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I think there's something there.
Did you break it to him that they haven't had a run in like a decade?
I did. I was like,
There's
the
only
last Eternals-
6 issues they can read.
I was like, dude, the last Eternals comic was mid 2000s.
I think it was 2008 was the last one, or 2009, something like that.
So the reason why I brought up that story is I feel like once we do get something publicly out there about Eternals, we're going to have such a shift in people's hype when it comes to the next thing of Marvel movies. Because here we had the hype of Guardians. This is basically, I feel like Guardians on steroids.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's going to be a real amazing shift.
And I don't think even that, it's like, we're going to have the year, it's like Black Widow. Okay, so a spy thriller movie. All right. Morbius. Okay, that's a darker vampire type thing. Slow, the action's there. Venom.
Trash.
Okay, it's more Venom. Oh man, flying through space, giant beings, colorful pyramids, floating things. It's like, oh, well, I haven't seen this before.
Jolie's back.
Yeah, like I think the first impression of Eternals has to like be something.
It's going to focus on the cast. I can guarantee that. First teaser's going to be like, look, we have Selma Hayek, we've got Angelina Jolie, we got the fat guy from that one TV show who's now shredded to crap.
Yeah. We got the guy from Game of Thrones season 1 through 7.
Yeah. The guy from 1917, people keep talking about.
Season 8 didn't happen. Don't worry about that one, guys. Who else we got? Yeah, I think the cast and the visuals are going to be the major focus. That's got to be the smart decision they make. So, and
if I get cucked with Celestials in that first trailer, I'm going to rage.
Just what? The final scene will be the head of a Celestial, and that's it.
I will be mad.
They're not revealing a full body. I'm calling it right now.
No, I don't even think in any of the trailers they're going to do the full body.
Here you go. The final scene is them all standing in a line, slowly looking up, and then the camera shifts to reveal just the head looking down, and that's it. Oh. That's all you're getting.
Actually, I'd like to say they won't be standing in a line. They'll be doing the circle because they'll be doing the Unimind. So.
All right. Well, fair enough. So
that was my well, actually.
What?
Well, no, because of the fact that they won't be able to visually show it as well, it will only be like a half circle.
Oh.
And then, so you see them in a half circle, and then it goes up. Because if you have them in a straight line, you're able to see them behind. But if you have them in a circle, you can't. So it'll be only a half circle.
They'll do the Avengers spinning scene with the Eternals. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
Do it. It's essentially the same thing, but looking inwards.
So there we go. That's the Eternals topics for the week. So thank you for taking the time to watch that video. If you guys would like more content that we offer here for channel members, which you guys can check out in the little join button down below, we do offer additional content, such as exclusive podcasts and topic discussions, our gaming podcast, Star Wars TV series reviews, Marvel show reviews, DC Universe and CW reviews. We offer personal vlogs, backlog reviews of TV shows and movies, video game topics, and Q&As. And of course, in one of our best tiers, we offer audio commentaries on TV shows and movies, along with a bunch of other stuff you guys can check out just by clicking that join button and seeing what is on offer.